one of Kevin Smith's bad movies, quote unquote. I've been led to believe, gaslit, if you will, for many years into believing that it was a bad movie, was a movie called Jersey Girl. And even Kevin Smith makes fun of this movie for being bad.
And spin doctors. Salute.
Oliver Trinke was on his way to the top till everything changed.
Daddy really misses your mommy, kid. I miss her too, especially right now. Oh, shit.
You're on your own with the kid today.
What am I supposed to do with them?
Try acting like a father.
Hey, you're doing that wrong. Will someone please shut that girl up?
You better shut up!
That guy's toast.
Now his old life is over, and his new life is one he never expected.
Can we run Dirty Dancing?
I'll pick out something from the children's section.
All those movies suck.
Watch your language.
Get Dirty Dancing.
Miramax Films presents
What does yours look like?
a film written and directed by Kevin Smith.
And I don't think it is. I think this movie is quite good. I quite like this movie. And I guarantee you've never heard of Jersey Girl.
Jersey Girls, I'm aware of because when we watched that the Kevin Smith on stage, I think he made fun of it.
Yeah, probably.
I don't believe I've ever watched it.
But Jersey Girl is Ben Affleck is in love and married to Jennifer Lopez, who he was dating. I don't know if he was dating at the time, but I don't know if you remember Bennifer or that whole nonsense. But the sped up version of the story is he was at one point dating Jennifer Lopez. They did a movie called Geely together. Yeah, that's where that joke where he sleeps with Ben
Jennifer
Affleck,
Lopez.
where he sleeps with Ben Affleck. That's where that joke comes from. But yeah, there was a period where they dated. They made a movie called Geely. It did very badly, and then they broke up. And so a lot of her scenes from this movie were cut out, so she's not really in it. But she dies pretty early on, and it's really not funny. But it's one of those things where it's like there's all of a sudden a weird tone shift where it's a mostly lighthearted movie for the first 10, 15-ish minutes. You're like, oh, this is pretty lighthearted. And then out of nowhere, it's like she's pregnant. He's the whole thing is he works for a PR firm, and he's like busy. He's not really around all the time. He can't be around. And like that's the point of conflict. She's cranky because she's pregnant. She yells at him, and they show up at the hospital. She gives birth to the baby, and then she just dies, and she's gone. And it just kind of comes out of nowhere. You're like, oh, okay. And then the movie, because the framing device of the movie initially is her telling the story of how she was born. And so initially, after the wife dies, Ben Affleck moves in with his dad, who is played by George Carlin, who is really good in this movie. He's really good.
The George Carlin?
Yeah, he's really good. And I think this is around when he died. But yeah, he's, as Ben Affleck's dad, he's really good. He's got two friends played by Stephen Root, who is Bill from King of the Hill. And he's they're just normal guys, and they're friends. They hang out at a bar. He really reminded me of Grandpa, my mother's dad. Really reminded me of him. So Ben Affleck moves in with the dad, and he's working at a PR firm. And one of their clients he tries to jump back into work. He's not taking any responsibility for his kid. He's being a shitty dad because anytime he tries to, it reminds him of his wife, which, he's all heartbroken and whatnot. And he, one of his clients is Will Smith, randomly. And he's at this event. And he's
Prince?
The Fresh Prince, yeah. And this movie, at this point in the movie, it's, he's about to do, which movie? I can't remember which one. I want to say Men in Black. Oh, no, I think it was Independence Day. It might have been Independence Day. He's about to do a movie, and he's still just the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on the TV show. And they're trying to plan this release party for his album, and he doesn't show up. And Ben Affleck shows up at this event because George Carlin refuses to take care of the baby because he's like, you need to bond with your kid and actually take care of your own kid. I'm not going to do all the work for you. So he gets saddled taking the kid to this event, and it causes him to stress out, and he gets all stressed out, and he shits on Will Smith. He's like, he's just a 2-bit TV actor, and he's never gonna be a movie star, and he's a nobody. Which obviously, as a PR agent, gets him fired immediately, and then blacklisted from the industry. So he gets stuck living with the dad, and he becomes a city worker, like they street sweeper, does maintenance, all sorts of stuff for the city. But the whole time he's trying to.
Hey man, you say that like it's a bad thing. I'm just saying. Do you know how much those guys get paid?
The movie treats it like it's the movie initially treats it like a bad thing, but he.
That is a very respectable gig, and a lot of people would not turn their nose up at it.
The conflict of the movie is that he wants to go back to being the PR guy, living in the nice apartment, making all the money. He doesn't want to live in the small Jersey town doing nothing. And so he meets a girl. Played by Liv Tyler at a video store, and they become friends and a relationship or whatever. And he eventually gets offered an opportunity to get his old job, not his old job back, but a similar job at a new firm. And the daughter doesn't want him to, and she's like, I don't want to. I hate you. I wish you had died instead of mom. And he's like, yeah, well, you and your mom ruined my life, you little shit. And it's like, whoo, that's not okay. That's not an okay.
How old is the daughter?
Like 5 or 6.
Oh, yeah, that makes it even worse.
6 or 7, something like that, within that age range. Adolescence.
I'm picturing like late teenager, 16, 17, which is still not okay, but
little girl.
Yeah, okay, that's.
And then there's a really funny running bit where she has to perform a musical number with her parent at the school, and so initially she's like, can we please go see Cats? He's like, no cats, absolutely no cats. And she keeps asking throughout the movie, can we go see Cats? And she's like, what about Sweeney Todd? So they go watch Sweeney Todd, and they show this. It's the scene, God, That's Good. You know, the one where he's killing all the people and upstairs, like, ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Are your nostrils a quiver and tingling as well? That delicate, luscious, ambrosial smell. Yes, they are, I should tell. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that aroma enriching the breeze is like nothing compared to its succulent sauce. The gourmets among you will tell you more.
Mary, Mrs. Lovett's meat pies, treat pies. Yeah, that song. It's that song, and it shows on the stage Sweeney Todd slicing a guy's throat, and Ben Affleck's eyes just go wide as he realizes what this is for, and so the daughter, he gets together with Liv Tyler, and the daughter catches them in the shower. And there's a bit early on which is kind of uncomfortable where Ben Affleck walks in on the daughter and a little boy, and the little boy's got his pants down, completely Winnie the Poohing it, and she's like, so that's what one of those looks like, and so she shows him hers, and he walks in.
I think I've seen this scene on TikTok.
He walks in on them and
what
he's
are
like,
your intentions with my daughter?
Yeah.
What are your intentions with my daughter? Do you plan on marrying her?
I don't know.
Well, only married boys and girls show each other their.
What are your intentions with my daughter? I don't know. And like,
you're gonna have to marry her.
You can only show your private parts to naked people when you're married. And he's like, oh, okay. And then she's like, and then she asks a bunch of really awkward and uncomfortable questions about his Johnson, which I don't want to repeat because it's really awkward. And so yeah, he's like, what are you gonna? Don't tell anybody, don't tell Pop, the grandpa. Don't tell Pop. He's like, what's gonna keep you quiet? And he's like, I want to rent, because earlier in the movie they went to the video store. She wanted to rent Dirty Dancing, and he wouldn't let her. He's like, I want to rent Dirty Dancing, and first she's like, what are your intentions with my dad?
What are your intentions?
Excuse me?
What are your intentions with my father? Like, do you plan on marrying him?
I don't...
Because
That's what she's like at first. And then she's like, I want to watch Dirty Dancing. And she's like, and we get to do Sweeney Todd from the school thing. And he's like, I don't know, we get to do Sweeney Todd. So the part of there's a subplot throughout the movie where they're rehearsing God, That's Good from Sweeney Todd, and he's of course playing Sweeney Todd, and she's Mrs. Lovett. And the two, there's a bit where the two friends, she keeps calling them Uncle such and such, and she's like, they're not your actual uncles, but they're really cool. They're just cool guys. They help build the sets, these really impressive looking sets, and they play the customers. And the grandpa's like, yeah, he's like, I'm just the guy who gets his throat cut. And yeah, when they get into the big fight about moving back to the city, he's like, I want Grandpa to be Sweeney Todd, and they eventually reconcile or whatever. And she's like, look, did Mom like living in the city? He's like, yeah. Well, okay, I'm sure I'll grow to love it as well. And they kind of reconcile. And she's like, if you can't make the show because of one of those kinds of movies, there's a big interview he has to go to that the all is lost moment is he makes the wrong choice, right? And then he makes the right choice. But so the entire movie, I'm like, there's no way Will Smith is actually in this, right? And so he goes to this interview and he's waiting, and then who happens to walk in but Will Smith, and he sits down, and there's this really long scene of him and Will Smith going back about like what it means to be a dad and why Will Smith loves his kids, and like it's like my middle kid, says this, and they really bond or whatever. And I thought that the resolution of this was gonna be like he turns down the job with the bad choice, he turns that down, but then it's RV, right? Will Smith shows up at the end and offers him another job doing the thing he loves. Like, that's what I was expecting. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Where Will Smith would come back, and Will Smith never comes back. That's the only scene he's in. He's just in the one scene. So then obviously he's like, oh, I need to go be with my daughter, and he runs back to the school, and he ends up doing Sweeney Todd with her, and it's really sweet. It's a really touching moment, and Ben Affleck is quite good in this. Like, he's got a couple of really sweet moments. Him and the little girl have great chemistry. Him and Liv Tyler are fun together. Even Jennifer Lopez is pretty good in this. Like I already mentioned, George Carlin is so good. He's really he's got a genuine, he's trying to be tough, but he's got a heart of gold. There's a really funny moment where they're practicing Sweeney Todd, and he's reading through it, and he's going, this really isn't for kids. Are you sure you should be doing this are you sure your dad's gonna let you do this for school? And she's like, yeah, I caught him and such in the shower, and I made him do it. And he's like, oh, that's a good one. and then there's a really touching moment between him and Ben Affleck, where at the end, where after everything resolves or whatever, he's like, oh, it looks like I'm gonna be staying with you for a bit longer, Dad. And he's like, oh, that's good. That's good. I didn't want you. And he's like, oh, I assumed you wanted to be alone to have your time. You're like, no, I don't want to be alone. I don't want to die alone. And then there's kind of a moment of a moment of silence, and he kind of has this kind of emotional look on his face. And then Ben Affleck says, like, I love you, Dad, or whatever, and walks away. And there's just a moment where it's just George Carlin just sitting there, sitting with that emotion. And then the girl walks up and is like, oh, I love you, Grandpa. And then he melts, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful moment. Aww. It's so cute. It's so cute. Adorable. It's well directed. And then there's enough with the cinematography, and it's funny. I'm like, the cinematography in this movie is really good. And then I read about it, and that's because the cinematographer was this Academy Award. I don't know if he won or if he was just nominated, but it was Academy Award level cinematographer who Kevin Smith fucking hated, who he described as being a cranky douche or something, that cranky ass or something like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, that explains why the cinematography in this is so good. That explains a lot. But no, yeah, I don't think the when I was watching it, I was like, I get a lot of his movies. I get why in the moment, critically, they don't do well. But with looking back at it, I remember people being saying this was a bad movie. And it's just not. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's a great movie or a perfect movie. It's I saw a review describe it as a conventional romantic comedy. I mean, it is that. It is a reasonably conventional romantic comedy, but it's an effective one, and it's not a badly constructed one. I didn't think any of the acting was bad. Any of the performances were bad. I thought the chemistry. The little girl is really cute and really fun. Yeah, what you've described to me, it sounds like Jell-O. Yeah, it's safe. Yeah, it's safe. It's a cute. There's nothing really. I mean, the at the time, probably the boldest thing it does is kill off Jennifer Lopez, immediately, pretty quickly. But there's a scene with him in a graveyard. There's a couple of scenes where Ben Affleck gets to be emotional that I'm like,
It just, yeah, it sounds
Considering
like
this is Kevin Smith.
It sounds like dozens of father is bad father and learns to be good father movies that I've seen over the years.
Right.
It just sounds like another one of those.
It's Old Dogs. It's what did I say? RV. With, ironically, a lot of these involve Robin Williams. But yeah, it's the dad is shit and he has to learn to not be shit movie. And like, those are always at their very worst. All right, and this is I thought this was better than I was led to believe it was, and I was genuinely surprised by how much I got. Like at the end, I was like, ooh, this is starting to feel a little emotional. This is good. I'm enjoying this. This is I'm not gonna say it's again not his best movie, but Red State still worse. Hey there, everybody. It's N-Card Justin here. Let me know down in the comments. Have you seen Jersey Girl? Are you like me and you're like, I like this movie. I don't get why everyone was so mean to this movie. I just remember there was like a period in the 2000s where everyone was so mean to this movie. Anyway, if you would like to see the full podcast, our Pick a Director 3, where I looked at the works of Kevin Smith and Jordan looked at the works of Ron Howard, click the box on the left. Or if you just want to see a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, click the box on the right. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We have videos on this channel 7 days a week. Leave us a like if you could, it really helps us out, and we will see you all in the next video. Have a good day, everybody.